guys, it's Andrew Van, and I'm doing another solo show for you. And as you can tell by the title, it is Weight Watchers. And the reason I'm doing Weight Watchers is because I'm actually doing Weight Watchers myself. My wife signed me up back in June of this year in 2021. And it was something that she has been motivating me to kind of feel better about myself and to just, build some self-confidence. And since the middle of June of 2021, it is now December, so about 6 months into it, and I'm down 32 pounds, and I've kept it off. I've hit my slumps here and there, but overall been really satisfied with the program, the app, and just the accessibility of everything. And I'll also go over some tips and kind of about how I went about my journey in the last couple months here, and I intend to keep it off this time around. Pretty much all my adult life, I have gone up and down, yo-yo in weight. I went from skinny fat in my early 20s to chubby, like I've always been. In fact, I remember I was like 10 years old the first time I learned I was chubby, and I was in a Macy's with my mom in the mall, and I couldn't buy husky pants anymore, and the lady whispered to my mom, "He has to wear young men's." And that's pretty much what I knew at that point. Okay, I am fat, and I got to be okay with that. So thanks to my mom's genes, pun intended, and in that sense, I've always known I was a little bit thick bone as a kid. So in my 20s, I was definitely chubby. Then in my late 20s, I got into CrossFit. So then I got kind of lean, and I added some muscle. And then I do that thing where you get in a relationship and you start putting on that happy weight. And I've done that from time to time, relationship here and relationship there, losing weight, putting the weight back on. Got married almost 3 years ago. Definitely relaxed, put that happy weight on, was at the heaviest that I ever was back in June, and I said, I can't do this myself anymore. I want to live a healthy lifestyle. I want to be here for a long time for my wife, my kids. I want to feel good and look good for myself as well. And so that's what kind of got me on there. So the reviews I'll be reading for you are actually from the Weight Watchers app, because I haven't been in the studio in probably 17, 18 years when I first tried Weight Watchers when I was a senior in high school. And every Google review there is for the studios there are in town are all 5 stars. That should tell you something there. If this is the first time you listen to 1-star reviews, normally I host this with the co-host. We read the bad reviews of good places locally in Greenville, South Carolina, most likely, to encourage people to check out the businesses, to see the full story, and kind of read between the lines themselves. And sometimes we like to have fun. And in this case, it's one of those episodes where I like to kind of kick back and just go after something for fun. So I will be giving you the bad reviews of the Weight Watchers app on your phone or iOS or iPad. And I would say, for me, I use it daily. It is a hassle at first to keep track of your points, keep track of all your food. But over time, you get in this routine, and it just kind of is set, and you get used to it. And really, as long as you keep your eye on the ball for that long game and your goal, it goes by in no time. So let me read one here. I have both Zoom and the WW app on my iPad. I still can't get my name on Zoom to show up correctly when I'm on a workshop in the WW app. I'm very frustrated. What a joke. And then the developer actually signed on and sees this comment and writes, "Hey there, we're so happy to help. To permanently save your name in Zoom, open the Zoom application, tap the profile icon, choose your profile name. This will take you to the profile page where you can edit the details in your name. Tap the edit towards the right of the profile picture. Feed in your desired name in the first and last name fields. And let me know if you need any more assistance. Have a great day." That's a Zoom problem. As somebody who's been using Zoom heavily for the last year and like 8 months due to a pandemic we have, that's exactly what you have to do. So I'm sorry to that person, and I generally mean that because their name is very genuine here, so I won't read it. But I'll say that that's a Zoom problem, not Weight Watchers. If you're not losing weight and there's zero communication on that, that is Weight Watchers. But if you want to talk to Zoom, that is a whole other pain in the butt. I can tell you that from a testament there. This is another one. Not for Men is the title. The newest plan upgrade makes it almost impossible to have meat and stay within your points. Very difficult for a man, especially if he doesn't cook. Meetings are almost all ladies and recipes don't help me. Am I the only male on WW? Response. We apologize for any difficulties you may have been experiencing. Please uninstall and reinstall the WW app. Okay, so this is a very generic response here. So they clearly didn't pay attention. I'll say this, as a man in his late 30s now, they do make it, I don't want to say difficult, but if you're looking to lean out, now unless you want to do the keto, the paleo, the heavy meats diet, that's completely up to you. You shouldn't be doing Weight Watchers in general. That is correct on you. For me personally, I went more lean and really kind of pescatarian over the past couple months because I also need to work on my cholesterol issue. And when you eat even like white meat chicken or, other kinds of lean poultry, you got to get away from the wings, got to get away from the thigh meat, got to get away from the red, steak. As much as I love a good, like just reverse sear steak, the end game is I want to lose weight and I can try and have a cheat meal once in a while. I learned that probably 2 months into my diet where I was hitting the slump. I lost like 5 pounds pretty fast within the first week and a half. And that's, initially your water weight. And then you gradually lose like a pound a week after that. And then there was like this lull period in August where I got stuck. I was like at the same weight. I think it was like 178 or something, or 179 for like a whole month. And I'll text my friends who used to be like wrestlers and collegiate athletes and be like, what am I doing wrong? And every single one of them encouraged me to say, have a cheat meal, not a cheat day, but a cheat meal, something carby, something just really filling, so even red meat, just to kind of jumpstart your body, kind of like basically kick it in a high gear so it gives something to burn, because after a while your body gets used to what you've been eating and you need something to kind of like just confuse it basically. And that works. So for this guy, I would say, chill on the red meat. It's not good for you anyway to eat it regularly, but save that for your cheat meal. Because man, when you eat it only so often rather than regularly, it is so rewarding in a different way. All right. This is titled Buggy. Pay a subscription for the app to be buggy and slow. The program does work. Lost 20 pounds in 6 months. Horrible app. Rating is for the app, not the program. I don't log all my food because all the bugs, which is important because of the program. Okay. So give and take, right? So at least they did the old school way of logging your points. My wife does that. She has a journal. She keeps track of what she eats. She adds it up. So she knows if she has a good meal at the beginning of the day, she can maybe splurge towards the end of the night and vice versa. So good for them that they enjoy the program, but still you're slamming the app, which is seen by folks to see if they wanted to do it or not. This is thanks WW, 1 star. The app keeps me on track, and that's all they wrote. This is one of those people that I love where they don't know how a review works. And even though they left a bad review but good comments because they're confused, the developer responds, "We are happy to hear that you are enjoying the use of the Weight Watchers app. We are all wishing you success in your wellness journey." Let's see here. Disappointed user. I have been successful in Weight Watchers, having lost 30 pounds since June 2021. Hey, we're twins. I really like the program and the ease of the app. Everything was great until they changed the program and the app. I hate the new program and cannot use the older program anymore. They say it is more individualized, but not if your points drop so low you always go into the weeklies. Before that did not happen. I was encouraged by the ability to manage my points as I saw fit and earn fit points to have a snack. Nothing was off limits and I could eat to my taste. Now, individualized food means they force you to eat certain foods. They increase the points on the many foods I like. They do not give near the amount of fit points anymore for activity, to the point where it is discouraging. It is really discouraging for me every turn for me. I'm so disappointed in Weight Watchers. The least they could have done is allow us to stay on the program had we been working for us. This is not an option for anyone. They have discouraged me to the point I no longer have hope for being even able to stay on the program. The bad part of it is completely unnecessary since the other program worked for me. Just unnecessary and disappointing. Whew. Developer response. Thank you for taking time to share your feedback with us regarding the new Personal Points program. We are sorry for any inconvenience in the situation that may have caused you. Your feedback helps us improve our services. Please let us know. If you can go and help us in transition, we are here to help. So about a month ago, about the end of November, I think, of 2021, they did redo a lot of the point systems. And I can attest, I'm a creature of habit. I don't like change, especially when I'm in the program and it's being successful at the time. They did, recently change some values of what the points. So for those who don't know, like if you're eating, like let's say like a handful of peanuts, if you measure it like 3 to 4 ounces, whatever, it's probably like 4 or 5 points. That probably went up from like maybe 3 or 4 points originally. So it went up a point or so and change. And then there's some things that give you back. So let's say if you eat healthy greens, your salads, non-starchy vegetables, the app will actually recognize the food and give you back points for a healthy eating lifestyle. Or if you just, have like some supplements that are equivalent of some greens and you can take that as well, add that back in your daily routine. But also, as someone who's also lost over 30 pounds at the same time as this person, they lower your weekly points because when I originally started, I think I had 25 or 26 points I could use originally to eat through the day. And then if anything was not used, it would carry over into a weekly little bucket that I could have a splurge day on. Now, that being said, I get the frustration. I do like that they give you points back for activity, and if you eat healthy, is like an encouragement reward kind of thing. So I'm on the fence. I feel for that person. I hope that maybe they learned enough at that point in 6 months, like me, to just kind of have a routine. Again, I'm a creature of habit. I could probably eat the same kind of lettuce, tomato, cucumber, some black beans, and some just ranch, maybe a little bit of fried onions because that's only like 1 point, unless they change that too, and then I get really screwed. But that's probably my go-to meal over the last couple weeks because it's quick, it's easy. I also do like a vegetable chili, so there's no ground beef or anything. I used to do turkey, but I kind of lean back on that too, just to kind of get ready for some upcoming blood work, and I want to make sure that I come out healthy this time around. So, if you are a carnivore per se, it may not be for you, and you may want to find an alternative. But if you are somebody who just really needs a jump start and really needs some accountability, I would give it a try there. All right. Adding pages. So the title is actually Shame on You, Weight Watchers, and this is adding pages and pages of obviously fake 5-star reviews, many 1-point reviews criticizing your plan change is terrible. Shame on you. Your subscribers are tired of having to learn a whole new plan over and over and over. So this is very similar cases to the last review where basically they restructured it and people getting upset. And a lot of people don't like change, right? Like if you get in this habit, you get in this plan and you get comfortable and all of a sudden it gets, the rug snapped from under you, you get upset. And, I will say also that as time goes on, and foods change. I mean, there's so much sugar and preservatives in everything I've learned. And for me, the biggest thing that was an adjustment over the last few months for me was to cook more at home. So I know what the hell I'm putting in my body rather than eating out regularly and using that excuse, right? So for me, meal planning a little more often for my family and myself was essential. I make like a big bowl of my vegetable chili or some ground turkey, and what I would do is just an easy thing where I would just take ground turkey, brown it, put some cumin, Hispanic seasonings on there, black beans, tomatoes, and corn. All of those are 0 points. So that would be like my cheat filler. So if I got tired of having greens that day or eating some kind of salad, then I really needed protein instead and I didn't want chicken, then I would go after that. Maybe put like a Olay, I think it's called Olay Extreme, Olay Fitness tortilla wraps, like 1 point, no cholesterol, gluten-free, wheat and all that. And put that on there. Maybe like a tiny sprinkle of cheese for another point, and that's like a 2 point meal, and I still have like the majority of my day. I can, if I wanted a snack, I don't feel as bad for doing so. If I wanted to have like a little treat, I can totally do that because I just ate like a full meal that's like my favorite flavors and cost me like almost nothing. So that's another thing I would say is a trick there. Learn what are low point foods, and you can find that on like anything in I was gonna say like Pinterest and Google, but you can find it in the app too, which is ironically the thing we're doing today. Once you sign up, which is generally around $20 a month, you can actually have a little community board in there, kind of like Pinterest and Reddit kind of mixed together, and you can have friends you can follow and encourage and, do competitions with and see how many people are, you're losing weight and points and all this stuff. And you can see recipes. You can contribute yourself and gather recipes from other people. So it's all there. You just kind of, I hate to say the term like drink the Kool-Aid and buy in, but that's essentially what it is. Like, if you are looking for an excuse to get out of something, then like my counselor said to me a couple weeks ago, you invite what you guard against. So if you are going into this being a skeptic and thinking you're not going to lose weight or you're going to waste money, then guess what? The first sign that you find frustrating, that's your out. And you've already quit. So my encouragement is just do something different. Because if you already knew what you were doing, you wouldn't be considering trying an app or trying a diet plan or a lifestyle to change some habits to get back into what makes you feel good. So you got to kind of put that pride aside and say, okay, I used to love eating meat, but I'm obviously right now at a point where I don't feel healthy. So maybe give this a try. And again, if this doesn't work, there's many diets you can try. There's many lifestyle choices you can try. There's low carb, there's Atkins, right? There's the South Beach, there's paleo, keto. We mentioned those already. There's, just all kinds of things there. Everybody's body type is different. And, I had a great conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and he's a really thin guy. He's like 6 foot, real lean, ex-army. And he was talking about how he was complimenting me on my weight loss. And he was jokingly saying like, and I know to come from me, it probably doesn't make any sense, but like, I'm pointing this out for you. And I'm someone who can't even put on weight. And I say, hey, look, I get it because I know friends who are really skinny and it's annoying for them because they can't put on muscle and they couldn't put on weight no matter what they eat. And they will internally feel bad or bloated. And it's like, oh, what are you complaining about? You're skinny. But what they feel is not what people see, and it's not fair. So I totally understand that from a different standpoint as well. Well, the great conversation was, he was talking about how when like older women, for whatever reason, like his aunts or like tailors or alteration shops would like pick on him and like pinch his arm, like, you need to put some meat on this. It's like, I'm trying all I can, and I can't do it. And I get it, like putting on weight and losing weight is frustrating depending on your body type, and you have to find what's right for you. I know people who can eat a loaf of bread for dinner, literally, and they not feel bad. I envy those people. Trust me, I've gone very low carb for the last 6 months, and that's probably one of the things I miss the most. It's just like a good, like just sub Philly cheesesteak or grilled cheese sandwich, or like just a good, decent hamburger, cheeseburger, right? Like with the bun and everything. Like lettuce wraps one thing, doing it in a bowl is one thing, right? Five Guys, thank you for that. But having the full ensemble sandwich is just ridiculously good and is not great for you. But for that cheat meal I will do once a month, it's so good and worth it there. Rob McElhenney, for folks who are fans of, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, he went through a huge weight loss a couple years ago and lost like 70 pounds during season 7, about almost 10 years ago. As crazy as that is. And, when people asked him what was his trick, he jokingly quoted, look, it's not that hard. All you need to do is lift weights 6 days a week, stop drinking alcohol, don't eat anything after 7 p.m., don't eat any carbs or sugar at all. In fact, just don't eat anything like, get the personal trainer from Magic Mike, sleep 9 hours a night, run 3 miles a day, and have a studio pay for the whole entire thing over 6 to 7 months span. I don't know anyone that's not doing this. It's super realistic lifestyle and an appropriate body image to compare oneself to. He jokes, obviously. One of my favorite actors today, Kumail Nanjiani, he in the Eternals movie, and one of my favorite movies as well, The Big Sick, he recently went through a giant body transformation where he went from, you would call it like skinny fat person, normal size person, and just getting real trim, real jacked, and huge arms for the role that he played in The Eternals. And as Kingo, they were interviewing him behind the scenes, and he's a very down-to-earth person. He said, even knowing how much he weighs to the day, every day, is so frustrating and nerve-wracking that he wishes he didn't know how much he weighed at that moment in time. And because now, like, when you get to a certain point, it's like expected of you to maintain an image of yourself. And it's unsettling. I get that. It's not comfortable, right? So my other point is, if you decide to do something with your life, do it for the right reasons. Do it because you want to, but don't beat yourself up. When you feel good, be okay with that. And when you get to the point where you're satisfied, don't compare yourself to others, especially. Just really soak in the moments that all those weeks and months that you put your, hard work into, really enjoy it. And, make sure that you have a set rhythm. So when you do have, let's say, like, for instance, the holidays right now, where I had probably 3 or 4 cheat meals in a row, that that you're motivated to get back on and not just continually say, oh, I'll start over again on Monday, or I'll get to it in the new year, right? Because that adds up and you're right back into where you are, and it's not fun. And someone who's battled depression over a number of years, you definitely beat yourself up and you sit in a lull and like a dwell, and you just to yourself, and you're just sitting there like, what am I doing? And it's not fun. So I encourage you, if you are doing something in the next couple weeks and months for a new you kind of thing in 2022, I encourage Weight Watchers. I'm doing it myself. I'm like 12 pounds away from my goal right now. I may go past my goal just to see how trim I can get. I was 155 pounds right before I met my wife 4 years ago, and I had a picture of my scale before I went out on a date with her because I was that vain. But I was also in that rut of like, I went through like a summer, a couple months where I wanted to lose weight and feel good and, be on the dating scene. And hey, look, I snagged a hottie. So yeah, I want to get back to that weight and maybe do even better, because I think for me, going from my early 30s when I met her now to my late 30s, I want to also build that confidence in myself, saying, okay, doesn't matter what age I am, I can still do this. I shouldn't just settle because I'm older, or I say, well, older guys, this is kind of what happens. I'm going to push myself to see where I can do. And, if you want to join on the journey, give me some words of wisdom. You can leave me a review on whatever you're listening to right now, whether it be Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, whatever it may be. You can leave a comment, give me a 5-star review, give me a like, subscribe, and you can also write me emails to yesvandrew@gmail.com, and I would encourage you to let me know any places you want myself, Larry, my kids who come on the show once in a while, Caleb, for us to review in Greenville, South Carolina, or just in general your favorite places that you want us to check out, and we will do that for you. yesvandrew@gmail.com. In the meantime, we'll bring some more episodes for you coming soon. Check out our past episodes. We've done over 73 episodes at this point so far. We're approaching episode 100 by, I believe, if I do the math right, by May of this next coming year in 2022. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a great year coming up. Appreciate the listens from all you guys, our subscribers and fans. We'll talk to you soon. And this has been One Star Review Weight Watchers.